Since I can't be with you on the class Zoom for the rest of this week, I'm going to walk you through how to finish all of the work for Act 5 on your own. So you will need to go into the link and watch the Rice University production of Midsummer, Act 5. That way you can go through and answer the reading questions from having watched. Hopefully you'll be able to answer most of the reading questions from just having watched the play. Then any passages that you don't understand how to answer the reading question, those are the ones that you'll have to actually go in and read. Most of those will overlap with the required passages for the theme tracker. So I will walk you through these 3 required passages to make sure that you understand what's actually being said in these passages. The first one, Act 5, Scene 1, lines 1 through 23. So the very beginning of Act 5. This is at the very beginning of the wedding. Hippolyta and Theseus are talking about how weird it was, the situation that they found the 4 lovers out in the woods. Hippolyta says, "'Tis strange, my Theseus, that these lovers speak of. More strange than true. I never may believe these antique fables nor these fairy toys." So he's saying he does not believe what they're saying, and he's calling them basically fairy tales. Lovers and madmen have such seething brains, such shaping fantasies that apprehend more than cool reason ever comprehends. So lovers and madmen, they imagine much more than is actually real. The lunatic, the lover, and the poet are of imagination all compact. One sees more devils than vast hell can hold. That is the madman. The lover, all is frantic, sees Helen's beauty in a brow of Egypt. The poet's eye, in a fine frenzy rolling, doth glance from heaven to earth, from earth to heaven, and as imagination bodies forth the forms of things unknown, the poet's pen turns them to shapes and gives to airy nothing a local habitation and a name. Such tricks hath strong imagination. So basically he's saying here that lunatics or madmen, lovers and poets are all controlled by overactive imaginations. So for all of them, he talks about their strong imaginations. So you should add this to the love and romance section of your theme tracker. Theseus is not a romantic, and we kind of could gather that from the fact that he is marrying Hippolyta, who is basically his prisoner of war. So he's marrying for a political power, for an alliance, I guess, and not for love, because it would be very weird if he had already fallen in love with her enough for this to be a romantic wedding. And he judges people who do fall in love, people who are controlled by love, by wanting to marry and be with someone they love. He says that they're just as crazy as a lunatic and have overactive imaginations. And by having Theseus make fun of poets in here too, Shakespeare's kind of making fun of himself a little bit. The second required passage is same scene, scroll all the way down to line 418. It's a very long scene, but most of it is the play. So this is after the wedding is over, all of the humans have gone off to bed, and then the fairies come into the castle. Oberon: "Now until the break of day, through this house each fairy stray, to the best bride bed will we, which by us shall blessed be, and the issue there create ever shall be fortunate." So he's going to send the fairies into all of the different bedrooms, and he will bless the marriages and any issue created in the bride bed. So basically, he's having the fairies bless all of their children. Finally, our last passage starts on 440. So everyone leaves after blessing the new couple to have a happy marriage, to have beautiful children. Puck is the last one to leave the stage. And at this point, he turns and talks directly to the audience. Says, if we shadows have offended, think but this, and all is mended, that you have but slumbered here while these visions did appear, and this weak and idle theme no more yielding but a dream. Gentles do not reprehend. So he says, if this play has bothered you or offended you, then here's a way to make yourself feel better. You can just assume that all you were doing was sleeping here. If you don't like what you wasted your time reading, then just pretend that it was all a dream. So this is a play on the main conflict of the play. So when the humans don't understand all of the magic that was put on them and the chaos of that night, they just decide that, well, this must have been a dream, and that makes them feel better. And so this is kind of a joke to the audience now. If you didn't like all of this, or if it doesn't make sense, just the way the magic didn't make sense, then you can just comfort yourself and say that it was only a dream, wasn't real, it didn't really waste your time. So, and he says that way you don't have to be angry at us.